Namaskar. P Gurus and Gunner Shot jointly bring you this exclusive with General Ravi Shankar and General Rajiv Narayanan. And like yesterday, we're going to try and do tomorrow also to give you an update, same time, so you know the most authentic news and also why some things happen. All this with two distinguished gentlemen who have really excelled in the armed forces. So let's welcome General Ravi Shankar and General Rajiv Narayanan. Namaskaram, sir. How are you?
Namaskaram, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. We are
Thank
fine.
you, sir.
Pakistan
General
is
Rajiv.
You heard
Yes,
that?
indeed.
We are fine.
We are fine.
Pakistan is not. Let's get to the brass tacks.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, viewers, this is going to be a little bit of a question and answer kind of thing where I'm going to be posing questions with the two good generals and they'll be answering it because, see, something happened, right? Why did that happen? What is the significance of that? How does this kind of make one side stronger or weaker? All this stuff and more. So, let's start with General Rajiv Narayanan. Sir, one thing that I've heard is that in Lahore, an air defense system has been taken out. And the interesting thing is, viewers, I have an audio link for you in the description section where they are actually admitting that India first test flew some drones, which the ADS took out. So then they knew where the ADS was precisely located. Then they took out the ADS. Sir, is that something that you would normally do?
Yes. You have to locate exact precision. Means you need to know the exact location of the radars and the communication system because these are mobile, can be shifted. So the moment initial set of cheap drones are thrown up and the system opens up, then you exactly know where they are located. And when the system opens up, always remember you update your own library in your air defense system. So all the communication frequencies, the radars frequencies, everything is known through that grid. And you called us a good general, so I must tell you one statement we always used to make in my unit. When we are good, we are very good. When we are bad, we are ugly. And Pakistan is seeing our ugly face now.
Thank you, General Rajiv. That was a good opener. General Ravi Shankar, Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium, PSL is going on. A part of the stadium has gotten blown off. What really happened there, sir?
Nothing. Very simple. There was a pitch or hair up like that pitch and hit it. End of story. With that pitch, this part of the stadium has gone. So what is happening? All the cricket players from England and all are going back. And once that goes, what's the effect on the general public? Panic. People are not allowed to go into the stadium. People are saying, "What is this nonsense?" And why are people lying to us as if there's some fire there or short circuit there when this whole half the stadium is blown off? Just think, you hit Rawalpindi, the heart of Rawalpindi, heart of Pakistan. Not the heart. Lahore is the heart. That's a different story. We'll come back to it. So that is the significance. Whatever it is. I'll put it somewhere else.
Kidney. You need two kidneys. So there is Islamabad.
Rawalpindi and Islamabad. Double.
I'm being ugly now. The Pakistanis who are listening should see the ugly face also.
Yeah, and they wore a Chinese underwear. It's fata hua.
Yes. See, for any air defense system to function, essentially it's the radar and the communication. You knock out the radar and communication, that's it. That means that area has no air defense. Unless he brings in more. The problem is, these were those famous HQ-9s which the Chinese made much about, which is a copy of the Russian old S-300 system.
S-300.
They were blind during Balakot. They were blind in Op Sindur. They were blind in... After Sindur, what happens? Bidai. So they were blind in this Bidai also.
Bidai. Right. Look, I like to add something on a serious note, and this is something very serious. And I want to put it across to everyone. You know, I commanded a artillery unit. I mean, I'm a gunner, so I commanded an artillery unit, and it was a Rajput regiment. And Rajputs have big mustaches. That's why I have it. And my unit is, as of today, as of now, firing across the LOC in Mender. It's in battle. And unfortunately, I lost one boy there. We lost a boy. Shahid ho gaya. But that's okay. That's part of the game. And the message I've given to my boys are fight and bash the hell out of these Pakis. Don't let them off. Don't let them off the hook. Right? And we are all here behind all of you so that you teach Pakistan a lesson. This is on a serious note. So people are losing their lives, people are losing everything. And I think with this kind of a story, I just want to twist this whole thing and say, actually, what happened? Can we have that slide and that graph which you had made of
Yeah,
what all
yeah,
happened?
yeah.
Yeah, because people have to be in picture. Look, last night, Pakistan has attempted to engage a whole lot of military targets in northern and western India. This straight, I'm reading from the PIB, readout. It included Avantipura, Srinagar, Jammu, Patankot, Amritsar, Kapurthala, Jalandhar, Ludhiana, Adampur, Batinda, Chandigarh, Nal, Phalodi, Uttarlai, and Bhuj. Complete western front they came across. And we hit them back with a counter air grid, which General Rajiv was talking of yesterday. And our air defense system, we blocked them off. Today, we did the reverse. We just did whatever they did, we did reverse. Right? We targeted their air defense radars and systems at a number of locations. That's what General Rajiv was talking of. We took out their nerve system and their head system, their brain. And this time we hit them across Lahore, Rawalpindi, Islamabad, Sialkot, Gujranwala, Karachi, Malir, everything. Malir is their major, their core headquarters. Everything we've hit, right? And Lahore has been neutralized. And much later, more has happened. So what does it happen? What has happened? Virtually speaking, I put out a tweet in the evening, Lahore Nanga hai. You can just do what you want. And that's the feeling. And this word, I didn't get it off my head. Yeah, take it out, please. We don't need it anymore. So we don't, this bit about Lahore is, naked is something I picked up from what a chap from, Pakistan has said. Pakistan is in a grave situation at this point of time. You have to see it in conjunction with what happened day before yesterday night, right? I mean, we hit all their terror targets, headquarters of Jaish, headquarters of LET, and took out Azhar Masood and his family, or not Azhar Masood or his family. Took that out. See the thing. And today we've hit all their big cities, all their air defense, PSL, stadium, all that we were talking of. 2 layers are blown off. Pakistan is in a serious thing. I would like Rajiv to weigh in on this.
Yes. So
Sir.
basic issue is that they were selling a false narrative that they have this, they have that, and the Chinese would be supporting them. Now, I'm surprised that they had so much faith on the Chinese. The Russians threw their whatever systems they were giving the Chinese, they threw them in the gutter. They're not buying anything. They buy subsystems from them, which they test and then put it in this. That's it. Whatever equipment that they had sent is in the gutter. Same thing the Africans have realized. Countries which are using them, like Sudan and other places, they have stopped using them. They take it from Russia and Turkey and other countries. Those systems work. But then the issue is, why Pakistan? Beggars can't be choosers. He has to live with what he gets. And that system never works. And there is a meme which has come out from Pakistan of Asif Munir looking towards Xi Jinping, with an inquiring face. And Xi Jinping telling him in ठेठ पंजाबी, अबे देख की रहा है, ये चीनी माल है, चला तो चला, नहीं तो शाम तक.
चले तो शाम तक, नहीं तो रात तक.
हाँ. So now the whole issue is that when you want to fight, the main thing which comes up, the first things which will come up are your aerial assets, if I may put it in that manner. That is, apart from your aircrafts, are your rockets, your missiles, your drones, your FPVs, your loiter munitions. If you don't have an air defense grid, you
You're
are
done.
Nanga. You are Nanga. And today I would stick my neck out and say that Pakistan, not just Lahore, Pakistan is feeling Nanga. With this,
Pakistanis are feeling Nanga.
they feel they are Nanga. And now they are very scared on two issues. We all know they thrive only on begging. IMF, you have pulled out your rep from there. His tenure was finishing in November, because at the moment this month IMF has to meet to discuss the next tranche with Pakistan. The meet can't take place because you're not there. And you're not going to be there. So that IMF tranche is thank you, goodbye. And as we are speaking, World Bank head Banga is there discussing it with our PM Modi and the foreign minister. So that means World Bank, thank you. Who will he take money from? If you look at today, all the statements after what has happened tonight, most of them have started changing their stance and are very clearly saying that India has every right to hit back at Pakistan for the terror attacks that they have executed. They may not have done it during Pahalgam, when it happened in Pahalgam, but today everybody is changing their tune. So who's left with him? China, Turkey, both don't have
Malaysia.
money. Malaysia
Both
is
don't have
NF.
money.
They don't have money.
Oh, money.
Money is what
Before
is needed. How will
Yeah.
sir? There are no free lunches, तो पैसे तो देने पड़ेंगे ना.
Yeah, China
Yeah.
में noodles होते हैं
you-
यार, lunch नहीं होता.
before we continue, a small request to both our viewers watching from Gunnershot as well as Pigurus. Please like this video. Please make it a habit to look at our channels at 8 p.m. for the next few days, where we try to give you the day and what changed. And now I'm going to come to the most interesting part of this discussion, which has not been discussed in any mainstream media, and that is the internal split or possible split inside the Pakistani army. General Rajiv Narayanan, over to you, sir.
This is the report which I read on Twitter, and which is being confirmed by some that yes, the 2 Corps armored division has moved up. Now 2 Corps is very small. Their 1 Corps is the biggest one. It
Biggest
has an
one, yeah.
armored division, 2 infantry divisions, and independent armored brigade. That is the one which is
ऊपर है.
most powerful, which is towards the north. And 2 Corps is the one which is further towards the south.
South.
Southern Punjab, Rajasthan, that area, North Rajasthan, it is that area. And that has moved their armored division forward. And they have converted 2 of their infantry, they have combined rather some armored brigades into and created a mech brigade. 26 and 27 they call it, and they moved this forward. The split that we are hearing is that after this, Hafiz Amir is feeling naked himself, and he with Shahbaz Sharif, I'm sure Nawaz Sharif must have told him a lot to temper Shahbaz Asif Munir. I call him Hafiz because he's supposed to know the Quran. So he's a Hafiz a Quran. That means he verbatim he knows the Quran. So I'm calling him Hafiz Munir. He wants to step back and start peace talks and be ready to do whatever India is saying to hand over, because he knows that they can't survive. 2-3 days, 4 days more, the country will come to standstill, including the armed forces. They have no resources left because they shot off all their resources. They thought, like earlier, India would strike once and keep quiet and not do anything. That the number of missiles they fired were 300. That means their cupboard is bare now, virtually bare. There is nothing much that they can do. And that is where the split is coming, that About half the co-commanders are with him and the other half co-commanders are not with him. They want to go aggressive. That's how radical they have become. And once that split comes in, it speaks volumes. Primarily because he's looking at, if he goes further down this line, Pakistan will break apart into 4 or 5. Even Punjab may not
Jesus.
stay the same, because the southern Punjab, Multan and southward, they're already talking of being Saraikis and not Punjabis. They speak a different dialect. Saraiki is their dialect. So they're not relating to that. And that may happen because already they are getting hit by the BLA and TPP very badly. I was just seeing a clip a short while ago, which is all over the internet, where a vehicle with 12 soldiers, Pakistani soldiers, is
Yeah, it
going
got
down
blown.
and it's all completely blown up. The whole vehicle is
Blown
blown
up.
up. And you can
Blown
see
up.
body parts flying out from there. ID blown
No,
up.
there's another clip in Baluchistan where there are 3 soldiers near a bunker, and there's a sniper who's taken them out in 10 seconds. Tuck, tuck, tuck. 3 chaps out, and this is what BLA is putting out. And there's another clip. What he's just to say what the serious situation in Baluchistan. There's a place where they already put up the flag of Baluchistan up. They're going to
Yeah,
be coming
about
up in many places.
3-4 places
Yeah,
where they have put up Baluchistan flag and
the
thrown away the
Baluchistan
flag.
flag,
And they're
Pakistan
already
flag.
saying that we control more districts in Baluchistan than the Pakistanis, so we should declare ourselves independence and go to the UN for getting recognition. So it's a big concern for him
Big
on his western front.
on, yeah. And let me add one thing. I'm going to take it a little conceptual, and Rajiv will love it. I'll start it, he'll finish it. It's called the hammer and anvil concept. What is a hammer and anvil concept? In mechanized operations, you make a base, you make a defensive place, which is called the anvil, and you allow the opponent to come and hit the anvil. And then you have a mobile force which hits, it's a hammer, which will come and hit from behind. What has happened today for the past 2 days? The Indian armed forces have become the anvil. We become the anvil. Now, Pakistan army has hit the anvil, not making any headway. The hammer is coming from where? Internally, politics. Internally, IWT. Internally, Baluchistan. Internally, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. The hammer is hitting him from behind. Internally, from divided thing. Right? And if he turns that side, this anvil becomes the hammer, and the hammer becomes the anvil. Rajiv, all yours.
Yes, that is how the maneuver battle is fought. We call it the pivot battle. In
Pivot
the
battle.
pivot,
Yep.
you have on a dominating position, a good defensive position, you create the hammer and you anvil, and the reserves are the hammer. And the moment, like he said, he shifts towards the hammer becomes the anvil, and the anvil now becomes the hammer. So it is a catch-22 situation for him. And the classic case today is there is on Pak TV, they were showing their National Assembly, the MPs lying, crying and asking that
Yeah.
Allah created Pakistan, Allah should save us, and he's crying. That is the situation that he's crying. That meaning they have no faith in the Pak army and their armed forces that they can save them, because the navy is khatam. There is nothing in his navy. His air force is flying now. The moment the fuel finishes, that is over. He's sitting ducks. Tanks have moved forward. Does he have the fuel to take it back? Because for the viewers who don't know, we don't talk about KPL in tanks. We talk of LKP. That is liters per kilometer. How many liters does it consume in a kilometer? And when it
Kilometer.
starts
Yeah.
around, when it's new, it starts between 4 to 6. And once it becomes old, it goes to 10 to 12. Means 10 to 12 liters to 1 kilometer. That is the problem with tanks. It guzzles. If you don't have fuel, and you have no
You're out.
problem, like we discussed yesterday, you are refining fuel for the whole of Europe and giving it. You have no problem of fuel. Whether for aircraft, whether for tanks, you have no problem. Thanks to the Ukraine war, we have surplus. So
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
the whole problem dilemma. Like I told you yesterday also, Asif Munir in a catch-22 situation, damned if he does and damned if he don't. So he wants to come on bended knees and say, okay, if this is what is needed, we can do it. Live, and it is not that they're going to change their mind. It is live to fight another day. Maybe they survive and 2-3 decades down the line restart the whole cycle.
But this time, I don't think they'll get off the hook.
No.
This is, see, I have always maintained, this is my theory, and I've spoken about it. You see, Pakistan army has been defeated in all its wars. All its wars with India, it has been defeated. But yet, it has grown stronger. It has grown stronger politically. Every defeat makes it stronger, right? Either the chap takes over or he manipulates the politics, everything, and he becomes a kingpin there. And now they are the kingpins of the nation, right? That is what India is breaking now. We are not breaking, we are not defeating the army. We are not defeating this battle. This battle is far more. We are defeating that army. That army has to be defeated and discredited completely in front of its populace. And that, you see it happen. And that is something which will change the nature of Pakistan. Like what General Rajiv said, it might break Pakistan into pieces. And that enables, what we are doing, that hammer and anvil story will enable that, Baluchistan flag to be flying. Tomorrow, someone else will put up that flag. And when flags come up, you'll see all colors. That's the thing which is happening. Yeah, Rajiv is smiling, please. Yeah. Go ahead.
No. Essential thing is it has already started just 2 days into this
Yeah.
Op Sindoor. People are on the streets questioning the army. Where are you? You gave us the impression you'll do wonders. Where are you? Indian
Where are you?
missiles and rockets are coming in with impunity and you're not able to do anything. You claim you
People
have
are seeing
dropped
a harap coming.
You claim you have dropped 5 aircrafts and all this. Where? Where is the proof that you have done it? Show it. No, India is showing everything. It's hitting the places. They are showing the videos. Our own missiles have been dropped. They are collecting the pieces and showing it to the world that here, this is what has happened.
Yeah. And what Indian missiles have dropped today are being shown by Pakistanis themselves.
Pakistanis themselves.
And I heard, in the clip, Imran Khan's cousin saying, yeah, ye kya hai? They say we've gone there. Nothing. There's not a single Rafale what has fallen down. But I see, drones coming and falling on my head. I see, headquarters of JEM blown off. I mean, what's that? LET and JEM blown
Jaish-e
off.
Mohammed, yeah.
And Jaish-e-Mohammed blown off. And nothing is happening. What is this? See, when such things happen, it shakes a nation. I think this nation in 48 hours, just 48 hours, remember that, is shaken up. Just give it another 48 hours. That's when the
It's not
tank
even
starts
48
flying.
hours, just about 36 to 38 hours only from the time Op Sindoor started.
Yeah, started. So give
They
it another
already
48
started
hours.
trembling in their pajamas.
So we're going to show
Give
you a
it another-
Balochistan flag being
Yes.
put up.
Yeah.
Just 1 second, sir.
Yeah.
That's already being
Yeah,
done,
they-
sir.
It will zoom in.
Yeah, he can't. He
Yeah,
might
I think-
not be able to. This is off the Twitter, so he can't. He'll not be
Essentially,
able to
the
zoom.
problem
But
is, sir, that when you only try,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
only,
this one.
Yeah.
when
Thanks,
you're only
thanks.
trying to win battles on social media and narrative war, then this is what happens. And
Yeah.
people will not now start questioning the Pak generals where the monies are. How have they got so much of money which they've parked abroad? The question will
Yeah,
start. And I would like that questions to start because that is what is going to destroy this army. What Aisha Siddiqa had written of military incorporation, that incorporation portion is going to start getting questioned, and all the funds and everything they will start questioning, and that is when the whole destruction will start. And now when they
Yeah,
don't have the money, I wonder which direction will JEM, LET and others go that you can't even protect us.
yeah,
This is
Sriharji,
the
yeah,
question
please.
for both of you, gentlemen. This is the question for both of you. First, let me start with you, General Ravi Shankar. If Balochistan is created, it will be similar to what happened in Bangladesh. But Bangladesh had a fairly decent administrative service. And one of the reasons given that 93,000 were returned because Bangladesh wanted its ICS officers back who were in West Pakistan. Some story like that. Truth or not, I don't know. But if Balochistan were to declare independence, before that it has to do a few steps, and after that it has to do a few steps. Share your thoughts, both of you gentlemen. First, let's start with General Ravi Shankar.
Look, I am not looking that far. Let it happen. It will happen the way it has to happen. Because when whatever happens to Baluchistan, that's a whole different set of problems. The way I look at it, that's beyond the horizon at this point of time. Our horizon at this point of time is just about maybe 72 hours. More than 72 hours, we shouldn't speculate. We know this is happening. Baluchistan has a system of its own of tribals because it's not an easy thing that you will put.
So you have a Loya Jirga or something.
So we'll have to see how that evolves. But they have a leader already. They have a leader in Akhtar Mangal. Akhtar Mangal has gone on the streets a day before yesterday, and he's given a reply to Asim Munir. Right? He said, when Asim Munir said, Baluchistan ko kya aap le jaoge 1500 bande, Baluchistan ko we'll beat the hell out of you and all that nonsense. He said, dekhiye, humne dekh liya whom we'll beat the hell out of or not. So don't forget the fact that you said the same things. Your predecessors said the same thing about Bengalis, and they beat the hell out of you. You are now saying the same thing about Baluchis. We will also beat the hell out of you. And more importantly, just understand what's going to happen to you with the Indian army. And this he said 72 hours before this whole story started. So there is some leadership in place there. Then you have Marang Baluch, who's got tremendous influence, right? She's got tremendous influence control. And then if you actually study Baluchistan in depth, today Baluchistan is a society which is controlled by the woman. It's not men.
Shakti.
The women control that society. Huh? Yeah.
Shakti.
Why? The reason is every household in Baluchistan has lost someone or the other in due to murders or enforced disappearances and all that. Today, the actual state is that if there's a dead body which is unidentified is brought for identification, there's a line of women who go to see, is this my husband, this is my father, this is my brother. They don't know. And that's the status. And women lead this story there. So Baluchistan is a different kind of kettle of fish. It's completely secular. The Baluch American Congress is led by a Hindu, incidentally. I hope you, this thing, I'm forgetting his name. I'll get to it. I'm in touch with him on Twitter. So that's a different kettle of fish. So we'll come to it. There's a long time. But I think at this point of time, as this is happening, I think we need to discuss a touch upon China. And we have the best person who can talk about it, and that's Rajiv. Yeah, Rajiv, China.
Sir, there is a lot of.
Would you like to add something on the Balochistan stuff, or
yes,
you would like?
Yes.
Shall we jump? Yeah.
Balochistan, the difference between the Loya Jirga of Balochistan and Afghanistan is going to be that the Loya Jirga of Balochistan is going to be chaired by a lot of women. It's going to be controlled by women. So there's going to be a difference between the two. Between what Afghanistan, because a lot of people may think, Loya Jirga tribals, and it will go down the Afghan Taliban way, and unlikely. Women empowerment and women power in Baluchistan as of today is very, very, very high. They run most the men have disappeared. Enforced disappearance, killings, and all that have taken place. So the women perforce have to come out and control the society and run most of the things in the society. Now that will come at a later stage when that happens, when it breaks away. And like I had mentioned yesterday, this is part of the American grand strategy of redrawing the borders. So the Americans would also step in. Now, I would be very worried if the Americans step in. They made a mess of it in Afghanistan. We should look at it, but we'll cross the bridge once it starts coming into our focus.
Let's move to China.
Yeah, this is a very telling moment as far as China is concerned, because its equipment.
Was it Anil Kumar Dhar? Was it Anil Kumar Dhar, the name? Ekadar,
No, no,
General Ravi
no,
Shankar?
that's Doctor. No, Doctor Tarachand.
Dr.
Doctor
Tarachand.
Tarachand
Okay.
is the Dr. Tarachand is the president of the Baluch American Congress, right? So yeah, it just came to me as thing. He's a good man. He's in Florida somewhere. Maybe you could like to get in touch with him, Shreyas,
Sure, sure, sure.
right?
Absolutely. Back to you,
I'll
Rajiv
give you his
Narayanan ji. Sorry
coordinates.
about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rajiv.
So the biggest issue with the Chinese are now facing is first in Ukraine, then to a large extent in Gaza, and now in Pakistan. Their equipment has been found wanting. When their equipment has been found wanting, I'm sure their own PLA people who are allowed to look at Google and other things will start getting worried about the equipment that they are holding. So that is the first issue which comes up. The second issue which comes up is the big churning that is going on politically. Names are being thrown up now. A new name has come up, Tang something, who's wanting to replace Kai Chi and get to the head as the head of the general office of the party, and a lot of people are pushing for that to remove Kai Chi, who has been factotum of Xi Jinping ever since he was in Zhejiang, which tells you that she is not in control. And a lot of rumor mills are coming out that in the fourth plenum October, she will be. It was initially it had started the third plenum in March. Now it is talking of fourth plenum in October. But there are 2-3 names which are there, which are going on. Initially, Kaichi was there, Wang Yi was there, Hun Chunhua they are talking of. Some said Bojilai will be brought back because Bojilai originally was the Chiang Zemin faction. But it seems that the Hu Jintao and Chiang Zemin factions are coming out strong. And that is where he has this problem. The PLA will start worrying that this is the same HQ9 and others we are holding, and we are talking so much about going to Taiwan. We are blind. You can do nothing about it. And the American systems and the Israeli systems, which are going to be available to the Taiwanese, the Japanese, the South Koreans, they will destroy all our missiles. Then what are we going to do? There was a chatter coming up that most likely they were talking that Xi Jinping will talk about in the trade talks that he will admit that, okay, just permit us to take over Taiwan and I will give you everything else, as if the Americans
Everything,
will
yeah.
give him Taiwan. So there is when such rumors start coming in, I still say that these are rumors, but when there is such plethora of rumors which start coming in, and coming in from within China and from outside, all these talks, chatter that comes out, it tells you that the central leadership has become very weak. When it was strong, first 2 terms when he was strong, Majale sir, would you have got such chatter? You never got such chatter. Today the chatter is enormous. Why? Sir, 3,80,000 people every month are reverse migrating from Shanghai. Shanghai alone, going back to the villages. East Coast complete people are going out from there because the factories are all shutting shop. Now, he thought that he would create a split between the US and EU. US
That's not
slapped
happened.
67% tariffs on him. That's bye-bye. No, a lot of people talk about desperately about India saying and US saying 0 tariffs. You've not understood. Like I said, the tariff war was to get everything from China, most of it to India and to the US. So now you are agreeing that what you make in the US, having taken it out from China and you're bringing it to India, I will not charge tariffs. Whatever the normal GSTs will happen. And he is saying whatever companies of mine come to India, you make it here and send it to me, there'll be no tariff. So that becomes a win-win
They're
situation.
forcing. They're forcing things out. Yeah. We'll have this. We'll take this question later.
this question. This is exactly what I'm talking
But
about.
yeah,
The fight back has started.
there's another angle in China, which I came to know today. They're financially in a big mess. They came out last quarter with some 5% or 5.4% GDP growth and all that. That's completely pumped up. Today, what's come about is something I read some article where they talked about the Chinese banking system, the top six banks. The top six banks in China are state-owned banks. China Banking, China Construction Bank, and Yewo, all that. Agricultural Bank of China. Three I remember, the others I don't remember. They're in a mess. Their balance sheets are in a mess. Their margins, their profitability has gone down. The rates have gone down. Their number of non-performing, or those liabilities, what do they call it?
NPS, non-performing assets.
Yeah, assets have gone down. They're not able to convert. People are not taking loan. Whom are they giving loan to? They're giving loan to corporates. Why are they giving loan to corporates? Corporates don't have money. The normal people are not taking money. There's a major cash flow constriction in corporate China. Please understand, when I say corporate China, it also includes the state-owned enterprises. Any company, look, I've been on the board of L&T. One of the things which we used to, every quarter, we used to see, what is your free cash flow? You don't have free cash flow, you're in trouble. Okay? And these chaps don't have. So how is this free cash flow being generated? It is generated by selling bonds to people of China. And, because the normal Chinese doesn't know where to invest. So he's investing in his own government. The government is taking money from them and giving it to corporates who can do nothing. At the end of the day, the corporates are becoming richer. The Chinese government is becoming richer. The average man is becoming poorer. And he cannot consume. He doesn't want to take loan. His property is gone. There's an old story, but when you hear it through a banking report of their six major banks, then you connect it with what General Narayanan is talking of, Bojilai and all these jokers, right? And there is a problem in his Politburo. There's a problem in the Central Military Commission, which is only 50% effective today. And then you talk of HQ-9 and all these stupid aircraft and all that which are not functioning. You see the picture which is coming out.
I'll just add to the people that free cash flow for a corporate is like the forex reserve for a country. If you don't have forex reserve, you can't run the country. And if you don't have free cash flow, you can do nothing. मतलब सैलरी कैसे दोगे? कुछ है नहीं आपके पास तो सैलरी कैसे दोगे बंदों? People are on the streets, by the way, sir. Almost all.
I know. I agree with you.
People are on the streets and shouting. In last October, they were shouting against Xi Jinping. Today, they are shouting against the Communist Party of China. They don't want Communist Party of China. That you have failed us, get lost. We don't want you at all.
I was surprised. I was surprised. What's the average, salary of a non-immigrant? They call that immigrant Chinese. You'll be surprised. It is something like 400 yuan.
Yes.
Right? That's it. 400 to 600 yuan is what the pension they get. Their average salaries is nothing. The average monthly salary of the lower level Chinese is something in the region of 12,000 to 20,000 rupees a month. Can you imagine? And this is 600 million people of them. So 40% of China is. Yeah, you've been to China, please tell.
So I will just explain when you use the term immigrant, it is not free flowing like ours that I want to go today and work in Bangalore. So from Chennai, I can go to Bangalore. I have to take a proper visa, internal visa. They call it Hauku. With that visa only, I can go there. Then I will get all my rights and everything out there. And they normally don't get it. So people go there without it. And that is the bulk of the immigrant Chinese, which is the workforce who have no rights, no authorities, no nothing. and they are paid a pittance. In fact, bulk of their working age population, that is the workers who are there, 600 million, 800 million, they survive only on 1,000 yuan a month. Their own Bureau of Statistics states poverty line is 1,500 yuan per month. So all this
Yeah,
crap
what
about
is
having taken out so many people up from poverty line is bullshit and crap.
bullshit? And what is 1,000
Bullshit.
yuan? 1,000 yuan is 7,000 rupees.
Nothing.
I just think
7,000 rupees mein
7,000
can you
rupees.
stay in a big tiered city?
Yeah,
Where?
I pay 7,000 rupees in a per month to a chap who does part time with me, who comes and cleans my cars and does a little gardening, and he goes for 2 hours or 1 hour he spent, and I pay him 7,000. In China, which is supposed to be a superpower, this is the salaries people get. So we have to think how much China can support Pakistan.
It
Dono
is
ask,
one beggar trying to support another beggar against a rich nation or like you.
I mean, that's
And
the thing. We have to start thinking differently.
and similar is the case with Turkey. He also doesn't have much to offer.
टर्की तो
Will
कुछ
he
नहीं है
give?
उसके पास.
No, sir. Why will he give for free to Pakistan? Pakistan needs money to pay to him. If he has to give the Bayraktar and the ammunition and other things, he has to pay. He won't give free. Then
Yeah,
what is left of him? So today,
yeah, please.
Pakistan is facing a situation earlier situations when we faced 99, when we fought them, the Americans were with them, the West was with them. You had to abide by what they say, and you said, okay, we will not do this, we will not do that. A lot of things he was able to do. Today, nobody is with him.
Zero. I just
Yes.
want
I
to
just
add one
confirm
thing.
this. Before
One,
we go, just that's a breaking news. Breaking news. I just confirmed this from somebody living in Jammu. Jammu at present is under attack. Drones across the night sky. Blackout has happened across the city. Indian forces are neutralizing the threat. So looks
yeah,
like they are now going after civilian population.
They've been going after civilian population only.
Yeah,
By
16
the
people
way,
dead.
in
4 women, 3 children.
Mendhar,
Yeah.
in Mendhar, there is a village there which is pure bulk of the population are Sardars. There is a Gurdwara there. They have precision targeted on the Gurdwara and they have attacked the village there where Khalsas are there. So all these people who talk Khalistanis and all, Pannu Shannu and all, now where is your voice? Why is and a focus targeting on that village, which is a Khalsa village?
and it's okay. Let Jammu come under attack. It doesn't matter. I'm sure our
So
people
that
will
will
handle
get
Jammu.
neutralized. That will get
They'll get
neutralized.
neutralized. We might look. This is a war. Don't expect everything to go one way. This is a war. There will be casualties. There will be casualties on both sides. Notwithstanding whatever he said, he's a good fighter. The Pakistan army fights. Let him fight
The lower
till
level, I would
exhaustion.
say, fights.
Yeah,
The
lower
lower level
level.
fights.
No, he will do fighting. There's no, I mean, let's not have doubt. He's got no other choice at this point of time. That fight has not gone out of him. That heat has to go out. And that's why I said, give it another 48 hours. It's only, just about 48 hours since this whole story has started. In fact, a little less. He will do. This is only the second round. There might be a third round and a fourth round. We might have to pay something in blood. That's what it is. This is what life is, right? And I'm sure Rajiv will agree with me. We've both gone through such situations. We've
Yes.
both gone through active operations, right? That's why I said I told you, I lost a
I
boy
was in
today.
Grass,
I
of
mean,
which I was in
yeah,
Grass. We were providing the firm base for the attacks on Tololing and Tiger Hill. Though I'm a tankman, it's a pure infantry role. We were providing the firm base for the attacks on Tololing and Tiger Hill. So it won't be as bloody as that, but yes, loss of
yeah.
life will be
We
there.
know how
But the
loss of
grid,
life will be there. And
what I'm happy, which I must comment, is that we started work on this grid, built it up
sometime back,
step
yeah.
by step over 7-8 years. In fact, when I took on When came to my chair, the work was on. We used to have continuous, and it's a joint grid. Let me put across. It's an integrated grid. Army, Navy, Air Force. So where Navy is required, Navy has also stepped in. And for the land portion, it was an integrated grid, Army and Navy, and we used to sit together along with, it's a homegrown command and control network made by Bell, and which was jointly overseen by the Army and the Air Force. Air Force had a big role to play in this. After all, they are responsible as per the Union War Book for the air defense and aerospace defense. So it's a massive grid which has been laid out, and a layered grid. So let me share certain things with you. Like I said, your eyes and ears are your radar and your communication system. Our radar, people look at just S400. That is not the only radars that are there. Our radar grid gives you a depth of 6,000 kilometers. So forget Pakistan. Look at how deep you can see in China also. Anything which
Yeah.
starts off, you, that radar can pick it up and give you. So when I say the radar layer, like they said, the integrated UAS air defense system, that is unarmed aerial system, and the air defense. So there are multiple vectors in the air that you look at. The highest level is your ICBM, then you get your aircrafts, then you come down to helicopters, then you come to UAVs and cruise missiles, and then you come down to your drones. Drones are the ones which fly much lower. So you have these layered system and radars and early warning which are looking at various sectors to give you that early warning. That is how you were able to knock it off. And your missiles are ranges from like S400, 400 to 120. Then you have Barak 2, which comes from 100 to 70. And then you have two systems of Akash, which comes from 70 to 25. And then you have the quick reaction, short range, and point defense. So it's a layered grid of missiles. And when you come closer, you have the AD guns also, which open up. It's a grid which speak to each other. And every command and control center has been planned and laid out what is going to be where. And everyone there gets the complete aerial picture on the perspec sheet out there, within which it is fed. You get the blips to see how the aerial picture is going on, which vector from where you should attack, which vector you should clear. Everything is there. And while the systems may come from outside, the command and control system is completely homegrown. The system is completely homegrown.
Yeah. Homegrown.
So that is the level we have achieved today.
Yeah.
And it is still coming into place in Balakot. Now you have got your BVR systems which can hit targets up to 300 to 400. And we haven't as yet opened up our BrahMos. The latest one which has come out is 800 kilometers range. So I can sit in central India and hit Pakistan.
It is tested. It is tested. Incidentally, 700 and 800 kilometers is tested.
Okay. And ready, available.
As far as Jammu is concerned, I mean, let's be very clear. Jammu was always vulnerable. Vulnerability of Jammu is not known today. It was known in 71 war. It was known in 65 war also. That Aknur is a vulnerable place. If there's an attack, there's a ground attack, it will straight go to Aknur, because that's all the second chicken neck of India. Of course, things have improved. It's no more the second this thing.
All drones neutralized.
They'll get neutralized. That's why I said, look, have faith. Have faith. We might look old, but we know what our men are doing. We know what our boys are doing on the ground. Okay, we know exactly what we're doing.
Preparations have been going on from 2012, 13, and then it got fever, 14, 15, 16. All these things are going on. It's there.
I must tell you, all of you, I'm glad all of you are listening to both of us. You're looking at Rajiv. Rajiv was just to give you a reference, ADGMOB, who looked after the complete Indian army perspective planning. So what he's planned is today on ground. He knows exactly what is on ground. Complete Indian army. Huh? You're looking at someone, you're looking at this old man who's built artillery, rebuilt artillery,
Complete.
complete. So we know what our capabilities are. We know men. We've commanded men. We are not paper tigers. And both of us are still contributing to this nonsense to sort out Pakistan and China. The nonsense we contribute is to sort out Pakistan and China. So don't worry about Jammu. Our boys, they will take care of them. If a few people die, if a few people happen, let's have the guts to go through it. Don't worry. This is war. If we have to get hurt, we will get hurt. But ultimately, we'll win. Rajiv,
So,
yours.
so far, eight missiles have been taken down by S-400. That's the latest I have. Now, sir, let's go to a few questions. We have a little bit of time. For 10 minutes, let's see how many questions we can cover.
Yeah, there's a lot of 20. Yeah, all.
Anirudh Lal, thank you for becoming YouTube member. Venugopal and Venkatraman, thank you for becoming new member. Prashant Kashyap, thank you for becoming YouTube member. Prashant Kashyap, 2 times. Okay, next one. Jay Joshi, thank you for becoming a YouTube member. Veena Sherpali, thank you for becoming YouTube member. Venkat RKY wants to know, super sticker, thank you so much. Rajshekar Burra, super sticker, thank you so much. Sajid Kumar, thank you. In my opinion, the IWT suspension is the most scary thing Pak has ever faced. Wouldn't Pak be forced to use nuclear, claiming water scarcity? How long will the world allow India to keep IWT in suspension?
First thing, after having seen the functioning of the Chinese air defense system, you think the Pak the strategic forces will have faith in the nuclear weapons? Number 2, nuclear weapon bluff has been called. Now, IWT, world has got nothing to do with IWT.
Don't worry, we'll take care of the world also.
So today, the Baglia Dam was opened, 2 gates were opened, and the whole Chenab has been flooded. He was trying to cross it. I'm sure a lot of causeways and bridges would have gone away. And we said we are doing our desilting and other things. That means all the silt has come into their Marala headworks and other places, so they can start taking care of that. So IWT is the weapon which you have. You are going to destroy his food security. Nuclear doctrine is ambiguous. He can keep claiming, I will try to go nuclear. The day he tries to go nuclear, like I said, every location is pinpointed. We know every place he moves, having been on the chair. Like Gen R Shankar said, I used to deal with this also. We know exactly. He tries to take it out even before he can use it, he'll get taken out. Now that the world knows that he has no air defense grid worth its name.
The world also now knows what he is. Many people are happy that many people are happy at what we are doing to this fellow, because no one could handle him.
So I don't even today, our Air Force doesn't even have to cross our Indian borders to take out his nuclear assets. So what does
we'll not talk of nuclear assets. Let's move ahead.
The world is going to keep quiet. The world is openly saying, do what you want with this terrorist state.
Thank you, Sajid Kumar. Here's another question. Why did Pakistan's anti-defense systems or air defense system shoot at Indian jets if they did not cross the LC? Pak claims they detected payload release and shot them. Is this technically feasible?
Firstly, their air defense system and others came up and started looking at things only around 2:30. Our aircrafts had finished their task and come back at 2:30. If they didn't detect anything, they didn't shoot anything, nothing has been done. It is just a social media war.
Bus.
Save face to his people that I did this.
Yeah, that's it. Now the whole story is
technically feasible. How come he couldn't take out forget the missile, he couldn't even take out my Harop, which destroyed the air defense grid in Lahore?
Yeah.
Uh,
1 minute. There's one person who said, "Sir, Hindi, please, Hindi, 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 Hindi." Just wait. Another 1 hour, I'm going to put out something in Hindi, which I did with apna,
Jaipur
Jaipur
dialogues.
Dialogues. I put it, I not yet downloaded it and uploaded it. So just wait. That will come a little later. Yeah.
Yeah, next one, please. Srinivasa Rao Vegachedu, thank you so much. That's a very substantial donation. Infotech News Networks, thank you so much. Jeet wants to know, we express our deep gratitude at Ganeshart for being a bastion of Dharma and the epitome of altruism. Analysis are par excellence. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Honored.
Prakash Bhaskaran wants to know, good day, sirs. Last night was exceptional. Program started at 10:30 p.m. for me and was very informative. Can you cover brief on today's Sindhu 2 activity first? That is, well,
Yeah,
we did that. Thank God bless our forces. Yeah.
We did that. Yeah.
The next one is from Shritik Kothari. Would you say our forces and government have learned from Israel and Russia and therefore taken an active step to counter disinformation actively? Also, how to extract costs for shelling on civilians?
I would say we still need to do a lot in countering information and narrative war.
But having said that, let me put it this way. For all the narratives, I think the press statements which we have put out, just 2 or 3 so far,
very spot on. Yeah.
Spot on, and they conveyed more. They conveyed substance, and that is the thing which people have started now seeing. So I will not be too.
I will just add one. When Pakistan, anyone who wants to spin a narrative warfare, it has to be baked on a fact and then spin a story around it. When Pakistan spinning a narrative here is based on a lie and then spinning stories around it, within 5 to 6 hours, his lie gets caught out and his own people start questioning. It's a different issue that internally we have some groups who are pandering to their needs. But this is what is happening. And that statement initially which Gen Shankar had made out brings it out very clear, where the people of Lahore are saying that "Hum nange." What more can you say that his narrative war has failed internally in his own country? People are not believing him.
See, there's something which I want to add a little philosophically, even if we take a little time, you don't mind. Look, there's something called the power of truth, which I've always believed in. Dharma बोला है ना, धर्मा धर्मा क्या होता है? धर्म का शक्ति क्या होता है? What was Yudhishthir known for? I'm now going a little this thing. Truth. The power of truth is very powerful. You'll break your head against truth if you have to act. And that is something I've always held it deep in my heart. It'll come out. All the fakery. I mean, why go that far, India, Pakistan, and all? I'm talking of a YouTube channel. Okay? You see so many YouTube channels, so many chaps talking all nonsense about geopolitics and war and all that. Everyone goes there. But at times of war, will they go there or will they come to these channels where we talk truth? Right?
Next
and
one,
I'm
please.
being very frank with everyone. There's a thing which I want to convey to all of you. Normally in my channel, I struggle to get like 500, 100 people to see. Today I see thousands coming. Why? It's the power of truth. It's something which I want to put across to you people. Start learning and seeking truth. It's not that you should seek truth in me. You can seek truth where you want, but seek truth, not masala.
Next one, please. Amal, thank you so much for your super sticker. Sir.
Yeah, let him see.
You wanted to say something. Yeah.
I was just saying, in the same way, Pakistan's masala is getting caught within 5 to 6 hours by his own people.
Yeah, own people, yeah.
Srinath Reddy, thank you so much for gifting 10 memberships to P Guru's viewers. Jose Santo wants to know, hey, sir, can we anticipate a split Pakistan and peace for at least 20 years? What would be the optimal outcome of this?
See, I can't.
I don't know about peace, but split is.
But yes, for at least 20, 30 years. If it breaks up completely, then he's going to be left only with Punjab.
And
Baluchistan,
landlocked.
Baluchistan, we know will not go the hardline way. Are we sure about Sindh?
Yes.
Mm.
And where
Then
in
you'll
the
have-
world is Myanmar
Then
too?
you'll have two. Yet then you'll have two hardline countries on your border to deal with.
Right.
Maybe after 20 years,
We
what
will deal
happens?
with them.
Balochistan, you know, the women are there, it gets difficult. Like I've been in Tajikistan, they had civil war for 10 years. Most of the men were lost. Generations, one generation they lost, another generation was in, still works in Russia to earn money. There, everything is run by the women. So for that country to become a hardline country becomes very difficult because the women are educated. Why do hardline Muslims don't want women to be educated? The moment women are educated, you won't find radicalism.
The control goes. Yeah, you think control goes.
The control goes and
Control goes.
radicalism
Right.
can't come there. That is the only reason in Sharia and whatever hadith they say that we don't want women to study. That is the only reason.
Yeah, that's it.
Right? Nari Shakti. That is what it is all about.
Mm.
So I can't predict whether it is 20 years. We don't know which side, because Punjab, I know, will still stay radical. Will the Saraiki stay radical, become radical?
We
Will
don't
the
know.
Sindh become radical? We don't know.
We don't know. And I want to add one thing, maybe philosophically, maybe religiously, ethnically, whatever you call it. देखो हमारा जो you know, in India, हम किसको पूजते हैं? दुर्गा माँ. We pray to our mother. We pray to the power of the woman. And this is something which is the inner strength of all of us.
And even
You know,
country is known as Bharat Mata.
Bharat
Yes.
Mata, right? We have that innate strength of being able to handle many things. Well, these fellows, and at the same time, I wouldn't like to denigrate Islam. Islam is a good religion if it is followed like a good religion by good people, right? But here you have, it's not Islam, it is radicalism. That's the problem, right? Yeah, sorry, I went on a bit of a tangent, but I think it's worth it.
Shruti Kotari, thank you so much. Russia is being wishy-washy, expressed regret very late for Pahalgam, I think.
Well, look, Putin has come out very strongly, and he's come out strongly 2 days before Xi Jinping landed there. He's very clearly said, I'm with India. Okay? And today, as of now, Xi Jinping is in Russia with for the victory day. Okay? Despite 2 days before that, he's given a very clear indication. He's told Xi Jinping, don't come to me and talk about Pakistan. Period. Please understand how things have moved. Okay? And your S-400,
Next.
incidentally, he's given to India, not to China.
So the S-400 has proved its worth here. Now the world will be running after Russia for S-400.
And yeah.
Why?
Next one, please. No, finish your thoughts, sir. Why?
No. The reason is simple. It integrates in one system from the highest altitude to the lowest altitude and the longest range 400 to 600 to the closest about 100-120 kilometers is one system. West has also got a beautiful systems. There are multiple systems. There's a separate for long range, there's separate for medium range, and then there is separate for short range. Here, long to medium is one, and we have integrated our below medium, short range, and point. We have got ours. And one, we have a system from Israel, which is the Barak 2. They have given it a different name for land. Barak 2 is the Navy. Air Force has also got it. So you are able to mesh the grid with about 2-3 systems. Whereas in the West, you got to have Iron Dome, Patriot, and THAAD, and various other things. It becomes expensive. Sustenance also becomes expensive. That is the reason.
This is the last question. I have to wind it down because we have another
Okay,
program
fine.
coming up in 10 minutes.
Sure.
And Ranjan Bhattacharya, thank you so much. Did India liaise with Israel for this reaction?
I don't know, but the US
I don't
aircraft
know.
and the Israeli aircraft landed here. And both the
Look,
aircrafts are the ones which are used by the special forces. So who came, what happened, we don't know. So I
but
can't
look,
comment. Yes, but the aircraft landed.
look, Israel and India have a very clear understanding on Pakistan, and we don't worry about it.
Next
Yeah,
one,
Things
anyone
please.
who
have
want
We'll
been.
just do
to,
two or three. Yeah.
no, more than questions, at least those people who have contributed, I think the name should come up.
Yeah. Thank you, Venkat. Looking forward to seeing your years of expertise in analyzing the war the way you did. Excellent job for Russia, Ukraine. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll do that.
This
K.
gives you a
Kumar
clear
M. Thank you so
indicator.
much.
So this gives you a clear indicator how proper lessons have been drawn from the Ukraine-Russia war, and you have set up your AD grid to make sure that none of these drones can hit you.
Come in.
Next one,
Yeah.
please. Thank you, Dinesh Vora, for becoming a YouTube member. Thank you, Jagdish N. Thank you, Venkatesh Shekhar, for granting 10 P Gurus memberships. Jahangir Gotla, thank you so much. Looking forward to new sane countries on our west and east. Shiv Shakti, bless Bharat, our armed and security services, and you all. Thank you so much, Jahangir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Guddu Bhaiya wants to know. Thank you, Guddu. Is China behind all this chaos? If yes, how? We started out saying
Yeah,
yeah.
just see the video which we have put out in Gunner Shot and even in P Gurus. We have discussed this. Today morning only I put out that video again. Have a look at it.
I would say China ka bhi in such situation, I think the disease that Pakistan has of playing the first innings very well is coming out clear and open. Same thing happened
Very
with
clear.
them with Hamas. Same is happening here. First innings acha, uske baad they don't know what to do.
Yeah. First
Same with
half
Galwan
अच्छा
and standoff in Eastern Ladakh. फर्स्ट इनिंग्स कर लिया,
first half
उसके
अच्छा
बाद
खेला.
समझ नहीं आया, उसके बाद
हाँ,
डिक्लेयर करके भाग गए. हम नहीं
भाग
खेलते.
What a session again today. And viewers, we are going to try and come back 8 o'clock tomorrow also. Most likely, 99.99% will be back. Thanks for joining General Ravi Shankar, General Rajiv Narayanan, and we'll be back again tomorrow. Like, share, and subscribe to both the channels. Namaskar.
Namaskar. Thank you so much. Jai Bharat.